This is my 1936 South Bend 9-inch metal lathe. This thing sits on a 4.5-foot bed, and from what I can tell, that is a semi time period correct stand. I don't think that's an actual South Bend stand. If you pan down here, you can see it was at one time had a notch for holding some sort of round tubing, and then this part here has been welded on there. That's the part that supports the motor. It does have this nice backing plate here that holds all your change gears, and it has some room for holding tooling and your 4-jaw chuck. It's right there. This is a nice Cushman. And then you have your backing plate for running your dogs. You have two lathe dogs right there. Keyed chuck. It does come with this. This is a Taiwan. Yeah, made in Taiwan. Keyless chuck. Comes with the original steady rest, and does come with a follow rest here as well. Does have a 9-inch era specific threading dial. This is not the original one. I got this one off eBay, and we'll take some cuts with it. I did replace the original leather belt, which is still sitting down here, with a automotive serpentine belt. This just gives me a little bit more traction when I'm doing cuts, and it just runs a little bit smoother. You don't have to listen to clicking from the belt that has the staples in there. So let's turn it on and take it for a cut. So engaging the power feed here. And I'm taking a fairly thick cut here. That's why you're hearing that squeaking. That's the and so I did solid out there. So you can take fairly thick cuts with this, and if it stalls out, all it's going to do is end up spinning that back drive right there. So it's kind of a safety feature of not overloading the machine there. But as you can tell, that was it stalled out, taking a pretty thick cut right there. So it will move a decent amount of material for being the size and age that it is. Yeah, I'm really happy with this thing. The only real issue that it has, or anything that could be considered wrong with it, is there's a bolt, or this bolt right here, for locking this down. It has a nut on the back end that comes up, and it clamps this carriage to the bed. Well, the nut it's turning. It had at some point, I believe it was cast iron, it would just knock into the ways here and wouldn't turn anymore, and it would just suck up as you tighten this down. But this will sit here and spin after you get to a certain point of tightness. Other than that, that's the only thing that's wrong with it. I just have not broken into that to figure out what's actually wrong with it and repair it. As far as everything else being original on it, the 4-jaw chuck, drive dogs, all the gears, everything like that is original. I believe these Armstrong tool holders, what are these? These are J&H Williams. So your right angle, straight on, parting tool. This is a left-hand cut. And then down here we do have a for boring bar holder. Motor on this thing has been upgraded. It's originally had an old Delta. I put this ball door, this 1/2 horsepower, 1740 RPM. Runs great. Plenty of power for anything I'm going to do with this. Back panel here, I'll show you right there. There's the plate with all the thread cutting dimensions that you need or in what size gear you need to cut those threads at. And then this is the biggest reduction in speed that I can get with this. This is just for doing finishing passes. I haven't been doing too much threading on this. I did build this handle here, so this loosens that lock nut so you can engage and disengage the gear set there. And it has all new felts, so you can see there's the felt right there. It runs the length of the top of that bushing, and same with here. There's a piece of felt that runs the length of this. You add oil in, it drops onto the felt, and the felt wicks it into the bearing surface so it stays lubricated. These back ones, you just add oil to the little holes there, and then I just add a little bit of oil onto these back change gears here. Same thing with this. There's felt that runs the length of this. That's your oil hole right there. They are exposed. I don't know if they had cups at any time, but this is how I got it, and it's been working fine. So yeah, this thing, I'm really happy with it. It's worked really well for me. I just have a bigger lathe in my shop, and I can't justify the space that having two of them to take up. So there's the back side of it. So thank you for checking us out, and have a great day.